Hey everyone, Andregats here and welcome back to my channel. This is just a quick video to remind you that right now is one of the best times to level up your alts thanks to several XP buffs going on at the same time. Even if you're watching this later on, there's still a lot here that you can benefit from, so let's get right into it. First up, we have the WoW's 20th anniversary event, which runs until January 8th. Just logging into the game during this period gives you a 10% flat XP boost. Plus, you can complete a quest called Celebrate Good Fun for an additional 10% buff. You can grab this quest from the NPC named Ilana at the Celebration Hub in Tanaris, right outside of the Currents of Time entrance. To complete this quest, just fill up a progress bar by participating in the event activities such as the rotating events every 15 minutes, killing war bosses, and so much more. The fastest way though to do it is by using the pet mirror to copy your pet's appearance. This will actually fill up the bar passively, so you don't really have to do anything. But if you want to speed this up, you can pick up zoomy sweets from the ground just lying around. This takes around 5 minutes to finish, so it's really one of the fastest and easiest ways to do it. If you know of any alternative way, well, let us know in the comments. Next up, we still got the Hallow's End event running, but only until this Friday. To get the Hallow's End XP buff, you have two options. If you have a level 3 garrison, you can head to the Wicker Man in your garrison, just use the bonfire and click on the ashes to receive your buff. If you don't have a level 3 garrison, worry not, you can pick it up the traditional way. More specifically, for Alliance players, just use the bonfire just outside the gates of Stormwind, and for Horde players, things are a bit trickier, as they always tend to be. First, go to Undercity, but the important part is that it has to be the old face. You can change the timeline by talking to Zidormi outside of Undercity and just choose this option to go into the past. Then head to the main square, use the bonfire and click on the ashes to get your buff. This 10% XP buff is lasting for 2 hours, but will fall off if you do die, so don't die. Kidding, you just need to reapply if that happens. This week also happens to be a Darkmoon Faire week, and that means an additional 10% XP buff. Visit the fair by talking to the mages in your capitals, buy a riding ticket and hop onto the carousel to get your 10% XP buff. This will only last for 1 hour and also happens to fall off if you do die. That means you'll have to make several trips to the fair, or if you want, you can save a bit of traveling time if you buy Darkmoon hats instead. This will cost you 10 Darkmoon tickets each and will give the same buff with the carousel. Don't forget that this currency can also be transferred through your Warband now. So yeah, if you do have a few spare ones, you can use those. And the last thing I want to mention is that if you already have a few max level characters, you'll get a Warband XP bonus all across your alts. Basically, each max level tune that you have will add 5% XP increase all across your Warband, and this caps to 25%. In my case, with 3 maxed out alts, I now have a 15% XP bonus. So yeah, basically if you combine all of these buffs, you can get up to 65% total XP boost, which is pretty insane. So the way I prefer leveling my alts now is running classic time walking dungeons, and when things get a bit repetitive and boring, I will switch to regular World Within dungeons. In between dungeons, I try to squeeze in a bit of questing until my queue pops up. And speaking of queue, if you can heal or tank, it's ideal because you wouldn't have to wait as much in the first place. While the time-walking classic dungeons take considerably longer time to finish, they do give more XP than the regular ones, so they are really worth it. And did I mention that you can run these dungeons from level 10? Yes, indeed, the level requirement for time walking has been lowered from this patch and onwards, so you can jump into the dungeons almost right away. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you are here in a future week, you probably did miss Hallow's End, but the anniversary event is still going on for a longer period of time, until January, so you can take good advantage of it. That's 20% plus the Warband buff up to 25%, and then depending if you are on a Darkmoon Faire week, then you get extra 10%. Always take a quick look at your calendar to know if there are any active events. And regarding the Darkmoon Faire is usually going for a week starting on the first Sunday of each month. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did find this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe for more WoW coverage and hit the bell to stay up to date. Good luck with whatever you're doing and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!